Hello students, till now we have studied about array, function, pointer, string, their various uses in C++. And we have seen that conceptually all the concept what we have studied in C language is remain same in C++. A little bit of syntax change, a little bit of new information we have seen. Rest all of the things are same. Now today we have to discuss about structure in C++. So again, conceptually, a structure is remain same in C++. Even syntax is also almost same. Basic thing, accepting value and displaying value is different. Otherwise, all of the things are remain same. So, what is structure in C? Before going to a structure in C++, I just want to ask, what is structure in C? Yeah, definitely it's a user-defined data type. Uh, Same thing in C++ also, structure is a user-defined data type. Now the question arises, what is the use of a structure? Why we are using the structure? So let's suppose uh, I want to store 5 persons age in a single variable. You will say we can use array, and that is absolutely right. By using array, we can accept a similar kind of value. What about I want to store the information of a student like their name, age, roll number, class name, section name. I want to create a project for the students and I want to store the information of the student. So for storing this name, roll number, age, section, I need different variables. Array cannot be used because all information are different. Now here we can use structure. Okay, now the thing, this is my requirement of my project. Let's suppose somebody wants to create a project for library system. So he want to store the information about books. So he want to store book name, book ISBN number, book price, book author name. Somebody working in an organization want to store the information of an employee, name, employee number, age, department, salary. So why user defined data type? Because you know your requirement, or as per your requirement, you have to create your own data type. So that's why we do not have any other option except we can create our own data type in this case. So a structure is a collection of variables of different data types under a single name. Let's see example which is shared in the PowerPoint also. You want to store some information about a person like his name, citizenship number and salary. You can easily create different variable name, citizen number, salary to store this information separately. However, in future, you'd want to store information about multiple persons. Now you need to create different variables for each information per person. Name 1, citizenship number 1, salary 1. Again, for second person, name 2, citizenship number 2, and salary 2, and hence so on, so on. You can easily visualize how big and messy the code would like. And since no relation between the variables would exist, it's going to be a daunting task to maintain all the variables. A better approach will have to collection of all related information under a single name person and use it for every person. Now the code looks much clean, readable and efficient as well. This collection is known as a structure. This collection of all related information under a single name person is a structure. So how to create a structure in C++? A struct keyword. A struct keyword is used to create a structure. So let's suppose you want to store three information, name, age and salary. So I have created a structure, struct person. The name of a structure can be any valid identifier. Then curly braces start whatever you want to store. So you want to store name, age and salary. So char name 50, int age, float salary. Then a structure close. Take care at the time of closing of a structure, semicolon comes. Now the question arises, memory is created for what? For a structure or for its variable? Look, whatever you defined inside the structure are not variable, are the member of a structure. Now a structure does not create any memory for its own. Structure variables create memory for its own. Let's suppose I want to store your information. I have created a structure student, char name, int age, int university roll number. Then a student is coming Amit. Memory is allocated for Amit, not for the structure. So when a structure is created, no memory is allocated. The structure definition is only the blueprint for creating of variables. You can imagine it as a data type, nothing else. When you define an integer as below int foo, the int specifies that variable foo can hold integer elements only. Similarly, a structure definition only specifies that what properly a structure variable holds when it is defined. Now, I have created in previous slide a structure person and created a variable of structure bill. Here a structure variable bill is defined, which is the type of a structure person, and bill will contain three information, whatever mentioned inside the structure. When a structure variable is defined, only then the required memory is allocated by the compiler. So there are three things: name. For name, I am considering it 64-bit of system. So for name, 50 bytes will be allocated, 4 bytes for integer allocated, and for float 4 bytes will be allocated, and total of 58 bytes memory will be allocated for the structure variable bill. So structure variable always allocates memory continuously. Now, how to access the member of a structure using a structure variable? For accessing the member of a structure using a structure variable, we use a structure variable and dot operator. So if you want to access the age, you need to write bill.age. If you want to access the name, you need to write bill.name. If you want to access the salary, you need to write bill.salary. Let's take an example and you will find it out. This is very similar to C language. I have created a structure person, char name, 50, int age, and float salary. Now inside main function, I have created a variable p1. Now accepting values. So I must believe that you have remembered how to access the string from the user. So scene.get. Now you want to access name. So I have written p1.name, comma, how many characters you want to access maximum, that I have defined 50. Then see out, enter age, p1.age, enter salary, p1.salary. Now I am displaying information, so used endl, again reminding you endl is used for new line. Now I am printing it, p1.name, p1.age, and p1.salary, and whatever the information, let's suppose you have entered some name, some age, some salary, that is got displayed. So that is a way. This is again very similar to C language, how to access the element of a structure. Now passing a structure to a function. So you can pass a structure to a function also. So you must have remembered that in C language, if you are going to pass a structure inside a function, the structure should be global. Otherwise, if you are going to create a structure locally, the only that function will know about a structure. So that I have created a structure person here global. Then I have created a method function display data. Now look at the main function. I have created a variable person p, then accepted value and passed this p into the display data function. Now this display data function will receive it in another variable p and displayed all the information what we have passed in main method, and all the information will get displayed. So whenever you are going to pass a structure inside a function, make the structure as a global, then you can pass the entire structure at a time. So let's suppose I have entered name Ajay Singh, age 55, salary I have entered 34233.4, all information get displayed. You can also return the entire structure. So you know that a function can receive the argument, a function can return the argument also. So you are looking, there is a function get data which return type is person. What is the name of the structure? I have entered all the information and returned the structure variable. Now this structure variable I have received in another structure variable P in the main method, and that P I have passed into the display data function, and display data function is displaying all the information of P. So here what will happen? Try execution from the main method. So there is a variable of person P is get created. Then you have called get data with this variable P. Now all the information you have taken, you have returned this P that will received inside the P equals to get data. So whatever get data will return will receive in the P, and then you pass that P into the display data method, which will accept the information of P and will display all the information. So that I have narrated here, whatever I have said, that is written in this slide, nothing else. Now pointer to a structure. So let me recall you in C. In C, while you are going to access the member of a structure using a structure pointer, you used arrow symbol. So how to create a pointer of a structure? That's very simple. Like when you are going to create a structure integer pointer, you need to write int pointer. Again, you are going to create a structure pointer, you need to write temp pointer. Now, one thing I missed to explain that in C, while you are going to create a variable of a structure, you also use a struct keyword. So generally you write a struct temp, then the name of variable. In C++, writing a struct keyword is not mandatory. You just need to write name of a structure and the variable will get created. Again, reminding you that at the time of creation of variable, struct keyword is optional in C++. You do not need to write that struct keyword, what you are using in C. In C++, at the time of creation of a structure variable, struct keyword is not mandatory to write. There is example I have given here, which is I have taken a structure pointer, and using a structure pointer, I have accepted fit an inch, displaying that fit an inch. Just simply, I want to say here that in a structure, by using a member of a structure using a structure pointer, we use arrow symbol. This is very similar to C language. So whatever the program you have created in C in a structure, you can create in C++. So concept is completely remain same. This session I just discussed to remind you the things what you have studied in C language, and I would like that you should implement all the things what you have implemented in C language. Now, you must have heard about the term enumeration, and you have studied about it also. So I would like to request in the very next session when I'll start this enumeration topic, please go through this topic in C language, please explore in Google, and then we'll start enumeration, then we'll start also object oriented paradigm from the very next class. Thank you very much.